Last night I went to West Kennet Long Barrow, a 5,600-year-old Neolithic tomb in Wiltshire. There's a layby on the A4 which serves as a parking place, and from there it's a really short walk. It's almost directly opposite Silbury Hill, and it would have made much more sense to visit them together. I'll link my video about Silbury Hill below. So we just got up to West Kennet Long Barrow. It's a Neolithic burial cave built in 3600 BCE. The remains of 36 humans were excavated from this when it was found. And it's still used in rituals and on midsummer. This is what it looks like in daylight. It's about 100 meters long and about 20 meters wide. There's almost no moon tonight, so it's really, really dark. It's one of the longest and most impressive Neolithic chambered tombs in Britain. These huge stones at the entrance create an imposing facade, and the effort involved in moving them shows that this was a really important site for the area's prehistoric inhabitants. It's time to go in. So these giant rocks here would once have been used to close the Long Barrow. Willand Smithy is only about 18 miles away, and there's some speculation that the stones there were actually closing the Long Barrow to keep the dead in rather than to keep the living out. I'm not an expert on any of this, but I would guess that these burial chambers were probably for important people, and so it makes sense that they might not have wanted animals to get in and eat the remains of their leaders. And these chambers are where the bodies were excavated from. These were once burial chambers. There are 5 small chambers which come off of the long passage. This is what they look like in the daylight. It actually smells quite strongly of incense in here. This Long Barrow is used by some religious groups as a place to have ceremonies and feel connected to nature in the past. Although English Heritage, which is the organisation that manages the site today, requests that people don't leave things here, there are lots of little gifts like shiny stones and bundles of herbs that are left here as kind of offerings.
That one I think is selenite, and that is possibly obsidian.
Aha.
Really. Actually, I've got my...
That looks like just a bit of concrete to me.
I've got my rock, I don't know if I work in the dark.
I would guess probably not. I imagine it works by looking at the rock.
Yeah, it does. That's so short.
97% sure. It's definitely a rock. Fulgurite. Just sounds like a Pokemon to me. So apparently, if you visit this tomb on Midsummer's Day at sunrise, you can see the ghost of a white-robed man and his white dog, and the dog has red ears. And the huge hound sits at his feet, and they stand silently and watch the sunrise before turning around and returning inside this barrow. I'm moving to Chile in 16 days, so obviously I won't be here in midsummer to try and say hello to the ghost. There are also plenty of stories told by tourists who've come here, looked around and said they feel a presence. I don't feel a presence. I've been trying to find ghosts. I guess I'm a bit of a skeptic. The ghost might have to grab me for me to believe in it, or maybe I'm just not attuned enough. But there are plenty of stories of tourists who've come here and felt the presence of ghosts, or felt they've been grabbed, or suddenly their body has become heavy and they felt dragged towards the back of the tomb. This is what looking out from the back of the tomb looks like in daylight. So to me it doesn't feel like a scary, ghostly place. It feels quite calm, it's very quiet. The wind makes some weird noises as it goes between the rocks. And I suppose sound carries quite far, so someone over in the car park making a noise, you'd hear it over here for sure. I can hear footsteps. Oh, it's just Pippa. Oh, I got excited for a moment then, I thought I could hear footsteps. This smooth stone on the left is the bit that would have been used to sharpen axes on, presumably before it was placed here, because this is not a convenient location for sharpening your axe. So I guess they recycled their axe sharpening stone. The acoustics in here are amazing. I'm not entirely sure the GoPro recording is up to getting a good sense of it, but let's give it a go. Something strange in the neighborhood. Yeah, I get it. I think the acoustics are pretty good. Oh look, and my spider audience look impressed. Hello, spider. Sorry. So I can see the outline of Silbury Hill, just on the other side of the A4 from here, but there's no way the silhouette of the dark hill is going to show up against the dark sky. You'll just have to take my word for it that it looks incredible. These photos don't really do it justice, but the walk back to the car park in the dark was really beautiful.